Supreme Court refuses to put EC order on hold. Uddhav's Mahayuddh to survive.
Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita and Nandagopal, and we're going to be talking about the big news break that came in from the Supreme Court. No relief for Uddhav Thackeray so far. At the bow and arrow symbol as well as the party name, the Shiv Sena name remains with Eknath Shinde. And over the next 1 hour on 6 p.m. Prime, we're going to be getting you all the views that you need to know to really understand what this means for Uddhav Thackeray and the road ahead for Uddhav and the Thackeray headlines first. Day after Jaishankar taunts Rahul Gandhi over China, Congress hits back, calls Jaishankar India's most failed foreign minister. Mallikarjun Kharge declares Congress-led alliance will come to power in 2024, but can the opposition actually unite against Modi? Aam Aadmi Party wins Delhi Mayor Dangal. Shelley Oberoi is the new civic body chief. Arvind Kejriwal says goons have lost. The people of Delhi have won. Trouble mounts for Delhi Deputy Chief Minister. Centre gives nod to prosecute Manish Sisodia in Delhi's Snoopgate case. Sisodia calls all of it fake. BJP workers who protested against the killing of an army man by a DMK Neta booked. Tamil Nadu BJP chief questions law and order under Stalin. And Alia Bhatt fumes after she was clipped by paparazzi inside her house. Alia lashes out, calls it a violation of her privacy. So it's a massive Supreme Court setback for Uddhav and his Sena. He's been trying to put up a brave face after the Election Commission handed over the bow and arrow symbol as well as the party name to Eknath Shinde. He immediately ran to the Supreme Court, but now the top court has also refused to put a stay on the EC order, which has allotted the name along with the symbol to the Eknath Shinde faction. Uddhav had moved the Supreme Court, challenging the EC decision of awarding Shinde with the name and symbol. But with the Supreme Court order, Shinde now gets to retain the contentious symbol, while Uddhav Thackeray will continue with the flaming torch symbol. That was what was announced by the Election Commission. The court also got an assurance from the Shinde faction that they will not issue any whip or take over bank accounts or the party office of the Sena.
The final hearing will take place post the holy vacation before the Supreme Court now. So we'll have to wait the final verdict. But at the moment, the courts found that there's no ground for any interim stay of any of the findings of the Election Commission. Well, for the time being, we have been declared as the real Shiv Sena.
Yes.
And everything that we're legal and entitled to, which Mr. Shinde is legally entitled to, I suppose he will take in the interim. I can't speak for, I can't speak for that aspect at this stage. It's a decision which Mr. Shinde will consider and take on his own.
Well, we look at the positive side of it. Our petition for stay on the Election Commission's decision has not been rejected, but it will. They have given us 1 week's time, and even the Shinde group has been given some directions. But we see this in a positive light, that the Supreme Court has not rejected the application. It is postponed. Maybe the Supreme Court needs some time to think and give a decision on this.
कि शुक्रवार की शाम को ये घटना घटी, शनिवार रविवार बंद होने की वजह से हम सोमवार सुप्रीम कोर्ट गए, हम मेंशनिंग किए और आज उस पर सुनवाई हुई है। तो कम से कम एक शुरुआत तो हुई। जिस न्याय के सबसे बड़े मंदिर में हम गए हैं, वहाँ पर एक शुरुआत हुई है और न्याय देवता ने कहा है कि 2 हफ्ते के बाद हम इस पर जरूर सुनवाई करेंगे, लेकिन तब तक आपका नाम और आपका चुनाव चिन्ह मशाल, उससे कोई छेड़छाड़ नहीं की जाएगी और आपके जो विधायक हैं उनको भी अयोग्य के लिए नोटिस नहीं दिया जाएगा, तो कम से कम एक राहत की शुरुआत हमारे लिए हो गई है। हम बार बार कह रहे हैं कि हमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट पर पूर्ण विश्वास है। हम चुनाव आयोग के खिलाफ गुहार लगाने गए हैं। नहीं, शिंदे गुट ने क्या कहा, जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट, आदरणीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कह दिया कि ये तब तक आपके विधायक अयोग्य नहीं हो सकते, आपका मशाल चुनाव चिन्ह और आपका नाम एकदम बढ़िया से है, तो ये तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट, आदरणीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने हमारी बात सुनी है।
Uddhav Thackeray ji has got all his advisors who give him wrong advice. The Election Commission is a very important body in our country, and when they are very clear about what their order was, and if you would have got a chance to read the 75-page order, they are very clear about why Eknath Shinde ji was given the symbol and the party name. So obviously Uddhav Thackeray ji wants to waste his time by trying all these tactics. He rather should get ready by going and trying to register his new party, try to get what symbol he can get. He is wasting.
Let me bring in now Rajdeep Sardesai, who's joining us from Mumbai with his take on what really this means and what he believes is the takeaway for Uddhav Thackeray. Rajdeep, good evening. To you, what is the message really that's sent across to Uddhav Thackeray? There will be a lot of questions about whether the Thackeray name alone is enough now for Uddhav to sail through with his political career.
Absolutely. I think, Sahil, what is very clear is that I don't think that the Uddhav camp had much of a chance of getting an immediate order from the Supreme Court. Look, the 1971 judgment in the Sadiq Ali case is very clear, the symbols order. The EC has the prerogative to decide on symbols. And since then, the Supreme Court has never overturned what the EC has said on symbols. The EC has even frozen symbols in the past. And the Supreme Court has said this is within the prerogative of the EC. And that is the rule that they seem to be applying in this stage, at least prima facie, till, of course, the matter of defections is heard. So it's not as if it's over for Uddhav Thackeray, but for him to have thought that overnight he would get an immediate relief from the Supreme Court was never going to happen. And all I think that they wanted was some kind of a temporary respite. But by saying that they are not going to touch the Supreme Court, the EC order at this stage, effectively the Supreme Court has given the Shinde camp a lot of elbow room while saying you cannot decide on defection and disqualification yet. That we are going to decide. And that may take a long time yet. But clearly, Sahil, the momentum now continues to be with the Shinde camp because they have the symbol, they have the party name. And as you've said, they've taken parliamentary party office and Vidhan Sabha office. And therefore, for now, at least the impression going on is that the Shinde camp is fully in control of the Shiv Sena machinery. Now, the only question is how will this be tested by the voter? And that won't happen till the BMC elections. But for now, if Uddhav camp was hoping that there will be any immediate respite for them, they have not got that. Only thing is that their MLAs cannot be disqualified till the issue is heard by the Supreme Court on the larger defection question.
Let's see how this plays out also going forward. Thanks very much, Rajdeep, for joining us really with your analysis of what's playing out right now. Reactions that are coming in, let's cut across to one that's coming in from NCP Chief Sharad Pawar. So Sharad Pawar has lashed out at the Election Commission, clearly backing his ally, backing Uddhav Thackeray. Sharad Pawar has said that the Election Commission is in fact an example of how an institution is being misused. And he's also said that Balasaheb Thackeray in his last days said that Shiv Sena's responsibility would be given to Uddhav Thackeray. So as far as the NCP is concerned, it looks like their stand is clear. They're going to stick by, in fact, Uddhav Thackeray, maintaining that he is the rightful heir to the Thackeray legacy. But does that mean the bow and arrow symbol and name goes with him? Absolutely not, going by what the Supreme Court also has said now.
संगठन का गैर इस्तेमाल कैसे हो सकता है, उसका उदाहरण अभी हम लोगों को देखने के लिए मिला। आज तक इलेक्शन कमीशन के सामने कई इश्यूज गए, शिकायतें गई, मगर इलेक्शन कमीशन ने ऐसा कभी डिसीजन लिया है हमने देखा नहीं कि एक राजनीतिक दल उस राजनीतिक दल के नेतृत्व के हाथ से निकाल कर और किसी के हाथ में नहीं रहना है। बाला साहब ठाकरे ने अपने आखिरी दिनों में अपने सभी साथियों को ये कहा कि मेरे बाद शिवसेना की जिम्मेदारी उद्धव ठाकरे को दी गई।
Let me bring in Ritvik Bhalekar live from Mumbai with more details on this. We also have our legal correspondent Shrishti Oja to break down what happened in the Supreme Court. But Ritvik, I'd like to come to you first. At this point, reactions still coming in. Allies standing strong with Uddhav Thackeray, but there will be questions about what this means going forward. What's the Uddhav camp's response right now? What's their next step going to be?
Absolutely, the sense what we are getting from the Uddhav camp is that on legal front, it might be a setback for them because the order given by Election Commission has not been stayed by the Supreme Court. But on a political front, what we are sensing is that they're thinking this is a big relief for them because from 27th of February, just next week, winter budget session is going to begin, and in that budget session the 15 MLAs were still with Uddhav camp. They are not going to face the brunt because the disqualification of these MLAs are not allowed. That's what SC has ruled in today's order, and that's a respite for Uddhav camp. So what they are thinking is that they will be waiting for next 2 weeks to think over it and how to go forward with it. They'll be having discussion with the legal experts again, and they are also getting support from the opposition parties like NCP and Congress. They are standing firmly with them, but at the same time they are continuously attacking Election Commission of India, and they are saying Election Commission of India has not done their job right.
Let's talk about what legal options they have before them. Shrishti Oja, who was tracking what was coming in from the Supreme Court earlier today, is joining us live right now. Shrishti, this isn't really the end of the road per se for the Uddhav camp.
Well, yes, Akshita, like you said, it's definitely not the end for the Uddhav Thackeray faction. I mean, yes, it was definitely a minor setback for the Thackeray faction today as the Supreme Court refused to stay the Election Commission's order, which had recognized Shinde faction as the official Shiv Sena and also allotted the Shiv Sena party name and symbol to them. But we also need to acknowledge here that it was a balanced hearing as far as the legal implications are concerned, because there was in a way there was mixed bag of reliefs for both the factions, because while the court did refuse to stay the ECI's order, the court also decided to hear the petition itself. The Supreme Court has decided to entertain the petition that has been filed by Uddhav Thackeray challenging the ECI order itself, and it did not ask them to go to the High Court, which is what the Shinde faction had in fact argued before the court. The Shinde faction had told the court that the Thackeray faction should not have approached the Supreme Court and should go to the High Court and the lower court instead. So in that way, it's also relief to the Thackeray faction, and as we saw,
in all likelihood, that's perhaps the next step they're going to take. But there's no doubt that with the Supreme Court saying that, look, at this point, we're not willing to step into this matter, the Uddhav Thackeray camp will have to regroup, re-strategize, because their current strategy isn't paying off any dividends really for them. Thanks very much, Shrishti, for joining us with this live updates. We're cutting across to a news break coming in. Amid all of the talk of opposition unity, opposition coming together and fighting under the Congress in 2024, you have now a war of words between the TMC and the Congress, between Abhishek Banerjee and Rahul Gandhi. TMC MP Abhishek Banerjee has hit back at Rahul after Rahul had in fact attacked the TMC in Meghalaya. Abhishek Banerjee has said that the Congress has failed to resist BJP. Their irrelevance, their incompetence and insecurity has put them in a state of delirium. I urge Rahul Gandhi to revisit their politics of vanity instead of attacking us. So all-out attack there that Abhishek Banerjee has fired at Rahul Gandhi, saying revisit your politics of vanity instead of wasting time attacking us. he's also gone on to state that Rahul Gandhi's statements against Trinamool Congress is pretty rich, especially coming from a party that's lost 40 out of the last 45 assembly elections in India. So it's all out war right now between the Congress and TMC. The Trinamool Congress not taking kindly to the words used by Rahul Gandhi in Meghalaya on a day when the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge is trying to prop up the Congress as a uniting force within the opposition and has urged all opposition parties to come together. And there you have Rahul Gandhi attacking the TMC in Meghalaya. That's prompted now a fierce response from Abhishek Banerjee as well. And let's play out for you what TMC MP Abhishek Banerjee told India Today's Rajdeep Sardesai a few days ago, when again he didn't hold back and attacked the Congress.
Congress says, Jairam Ramesh has come to Meghalaya and said that the Trinamool Congress is the B team of the BJP. You got a backdoor entry into Meghalaya by breaking the Congress, and now you are dividing the anti-BJP vote.
If Trinamool is the B team of BJP, then will Trinamool and its leaders, especially the one who are leading the battle from the forefront, will have the courage to take on BJP and attack Amit Shah and PM Modi? How many people in the Congress is doing that? Barring one or two. You accuse us of breaking the Congress. No one broke the Congress. We didn't go to Gujarat. Did we fought elections this time in Gujarat?
No, you went to Goa, where the Congress was the main opposition. But you come to Meghalaya and 12 out of the 17 Congress MLAs left, including former Chief Minister Mukul Sharma, and joined the Trinamool Congress. So, the Congress has reason to feel aggrieved.
But you have to see where Trinamool is stepping in. Trinamool is only going to states which are BJP and NDA ruled and dominated. We have not entered Rajasthan. We have not entered Chhattisgarh. We have not entered, Himachal Pradesh. We are only going to states. We went to Goa, which is ruled by BJP. We went to Tripura, which is ruled by BJP. We have started our working unit at Assam, which is ruled by BJP. We are in Meghalaya, which has an MDA and NDA government in place. So every political party has got the right to go to any state they want. And we didn't break the Congress. Who is breaking the Congress? It was Mr. P. Chidambaram who said Congress has the fire in its belly and will fight and take on BJP's might and will defeat BJP single-handedly in Goa. You saw the outcome. When Congress legislators switched, we were telling this to defeat BJP, you have to trust the TMC. But Congress thought that they are capable and efficient enough to defeat BJP single-handedly without taking anyone into confidence.
We are in the run-up in a way to 2024.
Yes.
It started with the Northeast, Tripura, where you are also in the race, and now here in Meghalaya. What is the Trinamool Congress's political strategy leading up to 2024? Are you willing to be part of a grand opposition alliance under the Congress's leadership, under Rahul Gandhi's leadership, or do you believe that each party will frame its own politics and take on the BJP?
Rahul Gandhi himself has said that I'm not here for elections. I'm only here for ideology. That's why I asked you, what is Congress's ideology? I want to understand. Congress is, in one hand, in a state like Assam, is getting into an association or an alliance with AIUDF. And on the other hand, they're getting into an alliance in a state of Maharashtra with a party like Shiv Sena. In Bengal, they're getting into an alliance with the left. In Tripura, they're getting into an alliance with the left. And in Kerala, where Rahul Gandhi is elected from, they're fighting against the left. So what is Rahul Gandhi's ideology? I first want to know that. Then only I can take a call.
So are you willing to work under the Congress's leadership as part of a grand alliance, or do you believe Mamata Banerjee herself sees herself as a potential leader of an opposition alliance leading into 2024?
Meghalaya's election will decide that. Let people of Meghalaya... See, you have Congress in the fray. You have Trinamool in the fray. You have BJP. You have NPP. And Congress is here from at least 20-25 years. Congress has ruled the state.
So, on one hand, as far as the Congress is concerned, you have Mallikarjun Kharge talking of a Congress-led alliance, stitching the opposition together for 2024. And on the other hand, you have Rahul Gandhi publicly slamming the TMC, claiming its history includes violence and scams. Not just that, Rahul also reiterated his stand by calling the TMC BJP's B team once again. So amid these kind of public attacks, what kind of opposition unity is Kharge really talking about?
You know, the violence that takes place in Bengal You know, the scams, the Sharda scams that have taken place. So you're aware of their tradition. They came to Goa, spent huge amounts of money in Goa, and the idea was to help the BJP. And this is exactly the idea in Meghalaya.
And with that, I'm slipping into a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up on the other side, we're focusing on news coming in from the national capital. Trouble mounting for Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia as the centre has given the nod to prosecute him in a Snoopgate case.
तो जैसे सबसे तेज आपकी टैगलाइन है, तो इसी तरह से सबसे तेज हमारी सरकार की लाइफलाइन है.
Thank Mr. Puri.
I thank you for giving me the chance to address you.
Terrorism now a global issue.
The First Lady position is so unusual.
Never in my career did I ever see that love and affection in any other country than we saw in India in '79.
Pakistan has been responsible chronically for association with sponsorship of terrorist groups.
Bellwether Wipro has slashed previously offered pay packages by half, urging freshers to join at 3.5 lakh rupees per annum versus an earlier 6.5 lakh rupees per annum. The move comes amidst mounting recessionary concerns, margin pressures and rising macro uncertainty. My colleague Akshita Chaturvedi now joins us with more on this. Akanksha, what are the terms of this new revised agreement and what do stakeholders think about this?
Like we've been reporting for months now, thousands of freshers have been waiting to get a joining date at some of India's leading IT and tech companies, and Wipro is one of them. What Wipro has done now is that it had previously, last year, in the beginning of last year, offered jobs to many people, and their CTC, cost to company, was around 3.5 lakh rupees. What Wipro did was it gave them the option to go through a training called Velocity, after which their salary would be bumped to 6.5 lakh rupees per year. And this is what thousands of these freshers did, of course, because they wanted a better pay. Now, what Wipro did is that they made all these freshers wait for over 12 months now. Wipro did not give them a joining date. And as Business Today has just learned, is the fact that Wipro is now giving these people a new option that they could join the company but at a lower pay. That is, people who were first promised a pay of 6.5 lakh rupees will now have the option to join the company at 3.5 lakh rupees. Employee unions as well as students and freshers who were given these job offers are infuriated by this and are calling this move unethical.
All right.
Employee unions are also mulling to go to the ministry, to the Labour Ministry, and talk this through.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. We've been getting you all the latest updates of the Delhi liquor gate dangle and how it spelled trouble for Deputy Chief Minister in Delhi, Manish Sisodia. Now, there's more trouble in store for him as the Union Home Ministry has given a sanction to prosecute Sisodia in an alleged snooping case. This after the CBI had sent across a formal request and that was approved by Delhi Lieutenant Governor Shив Sena. It sparked off yet another round of a political face-off between AAP and the BJP.
Yet another setback for Arvind Kejriwal. His most trusted lieutenant in the Delhi government and the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia, is again on the radar of the central investigative agencies. The Ministry of Home Affairs has sanctioned to prosecute Deputy Chief Minister Sisodia in an alleged snooping case after the CBI request was approved by Delhi LG VK Saxena. The CBI sought sanctions to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government. The feedback unit was created under this department in 2015 after Aam Aadmi Party came to power in Delhi. The Deputy Chief Minister is accused of running the feedback unit to snoop on the opposition. Aam Aadmi leaders are also accused of siphoning government funds for the spying mission. Sisodia has called the case against him false and asserted that it is a sign of BJP's weakness. Taking a jibe at the Saffron Party, he said Aam Aadmi Party's growth is unnerving the BJP.
पेगासस किसने खरीदा था? केंद्र सरकार ने खरीदा था। वहाँ बताए केंद्र सरकार की वो जजों की, पत्रकारों की, राजनेताओं की जासूसी क्यों करा रही थी? केंद्र सरकार को बताना पड़ेगा।
जो 700 लोगों की जासूसी कर रहे हैं, गोपनीय डेटा इकट्ठा करके पता नहीं किसको किसको शेयर कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसा अपराध करने वालों को सजा तो होनी चाहिए। हम कह रहे हैं कि जांच कड़ी हो और अगर दोषी हैं तो चाहे वो कोई भी हो, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी क्यों न हो या कोई मनोज तिवारी क्यों न हो, जो दोषी है उसको सजा होनी चाहिए।
In the last 8 years, with all their agencies, has the Bharatiya Janata Party been able to present even evidence of 1 rupee of corruption by Aam Aadmi Party? Of course they haven't. They have not been able to present evidence of corruption in 200 cases, so it is very clear even in the 201st, nothing is going to be there.
They have always played the victimhood card. This victimhood card won't do. They must come and answer the questions because the victimhood card has proven to be a fake card. None of the cases have been quashed by the courts of law, and today they must answer the questions that are being posed to them, not try to run away from them.
First liquor policy and now Snoopgate. The cup of vows for Sisodia only seems to be spilling over. With Ram Koinkar and Amit Bhardwaj in New Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Amit Bhardwaj is joining us live with more details on this. Amit, good evening. Just break down for us what really this means. The fact that, the sanction has been given to prosecute Manish Sisodia in this case.
Well, Akshita, the case that we are talking about is about 2015 when the Aam Aadmi Party had just come in power with brute majority. So there are allegations that Aam Aadmi Party had formed a feedback unit which is essentially being seen as a snooping unit which used to snoop or look after the government officials, the organizations working with the Delhi government. And now there are allegations that they were also snooping on political entities, individuals related with the political parties. So the investigation started after 7 years. The Central Bureau of Investigation sent out a letter to the LG VK Saxena seeking, approval from a competent authority. That is when the Delhi Vigilance Department wrote a letter to the Union Home Ministry, and today the Home Ministry has given its sanction to prosecute Delhi Deputy Chief Minister in this particular case. In the snooping gate case, it pertains to allegations. Number one, that the feedback unit, the FBU, was illegal and unconstitutionally formed. It did not have the backing of the cabinet approval. Number 2 allegation is that there were nearly 30 lakh rupees fund which were given as a secret services fund for snooping. So all these there are allegations of financial irregularities. So all
these are very serious allegations right now against Manish Sisodia. As expected, the Aam Aadmi Party has said all of this is completely bogus and that it's nothing but a political witch hunt. But we'll see how the CBI investigation now progresses forward, because they're saying they have substantial evidence against Manish Sisodia. Thanks, Amit, for joining us with those details. Time for me to slip into a short break. Coming up on the other side, we're getting you a story from Uttar Pradesh of how the state police have issued a notice to a popular Bhojpuri singer because of the lyrics in her new song.
अरे बाबा के दरबार बा ढहत घर बार बा माई बेटी के आग में झोंकत यूपी सरकार बा काबा यूपी में काबा
Southern cinema is known for its flavors, be it over-the-top action sequences, light-hearted comedy, or a complete masala entertainer.
పానం కన్నా విలువైన నీ సోపతి నా సొంతం అన్నా గర్వంతో మనలో కలిసిపోతేనే
And the fact that it has such a wide reach irrespective of the language barrier explains the craze and power of these regional films. While we have Kannada films, Telugu films and Malayalam movies that have had a dream run lately and continue to do so, let's take a look at the A-listers and their most anticipated Tamil movies of 2023 as the industry is basking in the glory of some of the biggest hits. Jailer. Jailer will be Rajnikant's first film since the release of Annate in 2021. Directed by Nelson Dilip Kumar, the movie has a stellar cast comprising of Jackie Shroff, Shivraj Kumar, Mohan Lal and Tamanna among others. The movie is scheduled to roll out in cinemas on April 14th. Ponniyin Selvan 2. Filmmaker Mani Ratnam's dream project Ponniyin Selvan Part 1 fetched critical acclaim and was a commercial success. The first part of this magnum opus ended on a cliffhanger, and now all eyes are on the second part, which will hit theatres on April 28th. The second part will pick up from where it ended in PS1 and will have answers to key questions about the Chola dynasty. Based on the novel by Kalki Krishnamurthy, the historical drama features Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Chyan Vikram, Trisha, Jayam Ravi and Karthi in lead roles.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. The Uttar Pradesh police have issued a notice to a popular Bhojpuri singer, Neha Rathore. Now, the notice has been served to her in connection to her song, UP Mein Kaaba, Season 2. The song criticized the Yogi Adityanath government for the death of the mother-daughter duo in Kanpur during a recent eviction drive. Now, because of this criticism, a police team from Kanpur reached the singer's home and served her a notice. The cops have claimed that the song incites hatred in society, while the government continues to claim that action taken so far doesn't violate the freedom of any citizen. The SP has launched an attack on the Yogi government, claiming that the BJP government in the state is scared of those who hold up a mirror to it. The opposition said that such action by the government only exposes its real and ugly face.
थाना अकबरपुर पर प्राप्त लिखित एवं मौखिक शिकायत की एक वीडियो सोशल मीडिया पर नेहा सिंह राठौर नामक महिला द्वारा अपलोड किया गया है, जिससे समाज में वैमनस्यता एवं भेदभाव की स्थिति उत्पन्न हुई है। इन शिकायतों के आधार पर प्रभारी निरीक्षक अकबरपुर द्वारा उक्त महिला को 160 सीआरपीसी का नोटिस तामील कराया गया है। नोटिस का जवाब मिलने पर नियमानुसार अग्रिम विधिक कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
वोट करते हैं आपको, आप जो है मेरी वजह से, हम सब की वजह से सत्ता में है, तो हाँ बिल्कुल आपका अपना थॉट होता है। बाकी मैंने हमेशा से कहा है कि मैं खुद को लोक गायिका कहती हूँ। लोक गायिका मैं मतलब जो आम जन की बात, आम जन के गीत गाती हूँ, आम जन की समस्याओं के गीत गाती हूँ।
लेकिन उस समस्या में आप ऐसा नहीं होता कि किसी एक पर्टिकुलर सरकार को ही टारगेट करती हैं?
उत्तर प्रदेश, एग्जैक्टली उत्तर प्रदेश में अभी किसकी गवर्नमेंट है? बीजेपी की है। सवाल मैं किससे पूछूंगी? सपा से पूछूंगी? नहीं ना, सवाल उसी से पूछा जाएगा जो सत्ता में होगा। अब आपको लग जाती है मिर्ची तो मैं क्या करूं?
तो अभी आप अब अगला कदम क्या उठाएंगे?
अगला कदम सर, बिना वकील से बात किए मैं कुछ भी नहीं उठाने वाली हूं। तो अब इसके बारे में हमने अपने वकील से बात किया भी है, तो उन्होंने बताया कि जैसे मैं बताऊं आप वैसे करें। तो अगला कदम
नोटिस का जवाब कब तक देने का कोई वक्त दिया गया है? आपको पेश होने के लिए कहा गया?
हाँ, 3 दिन बाद अगर मैं नोटिस का जवाब नहीं देती हूँ तो मेरे खिलाफ उचित कार्रवाई होगी।
हम कोई स्वतंत्रता नहीं छीन रहे हैं और हमारी सरकार इस प्रकार की सोच रखने वाली नहीं। सरकार पूरी तरह से जो कानून के अनुसार आचरण करता है उसके साथ कानून के अनुसार आचरण किया जाता है, और कोई कानून के खिलाफ कुछ किया होगा तो उस पे जो कार्रवाई पुलिस को करना चाहिए अपनी पुलिस कार्रवाई।
We're going to continue tracking that story closely and getting you all the reactions, particularly from the Yogi government. On the other side of a quick break, our focus is on how this particular time of the year across the country, you may have noticed it's a lot hotter than it usually is. We'll be talking about that in just a bit.
Destruction, death, but also hope and survivors. Rescue teams have saved numerous lives, in some cases absolute miracle stories of people being pulled out days after being buried under the rubble. And now here's a heartbreaking video from Hatay in Turkey that's being shared worldwide. Volunteers have now attached red balloons over the rubble as a gesture of paying tribute to all those who've died. The red balloons, seen attached to various metal wires and debris, is in memory of some of the child victims in the quake. One of the volunteers named this initiative as my last present to children.
Çocuklara son hediyem olmasını istedim.
Every time we tie a balloon, my heart hurts. We have tied 1,000 to 1,500 balloons so far. but we will hopefully continue until we reach all parts of the city, until we reach every home of the children who lost their lives.
İnanın kalbim o kadar acıyor.
The number of red balloons floating over the rubble shows the heartbreaking reality of how many children's lives were cut so brutally short by this calamity. Nearly 2 weeks after this disaster struck, many still are hoping against hope that their loved ones can be still pulled out alive. With Aishwarya Radhakrishnan, Bureau Report, India Today.
Ranbir Kapoor is currently gearing up for the release of his upcoming film, Tu Jhooti Main Makkar. Recently, the actor was spotted heading out of Mumbai when a paparazzi danced to the tune of a song from his next and left the actor impressed. The songs Tere Pyar Mein and Pyar Hota Kai Baar Hai from this Love Ranjan's romantic movie have become huge hits. Co-starring Shraddha Kapoor, Tu Jhooti Main Makkar is set to release on March 8th. The film also stars comedian Anubhav Singh Bassi and Dimple Kapadia.
नमस्ते पंडित जी, कुंडलियां मिलवानी थी।
अभी जल्दी क्या है? बुरा बन के ब्रेकअप तो कोई भी कर सकता है। खूबसूरत ब्रेकअप वो होता है जिसमें सामने वाले को, उसके घर वालों को, रिश्तेदारों को, सबको लगे कि लड़की तो बहुत प्यारी है, हमारे लड़के में ही खोट है।
रोक तो ले भाई, क्या कर रहा है? एक बार तो रोक। मुझे उद्देश्य नहीं दिख रहा यार तेरी जिंदगी का। अब क्या करेगा जी के? भैंस की आंख, हमें सच्चा प्यार हो गया और ये मजे ले रही है। छोटी कहीं की, कोई कदर ही नहीं रह गई दुनिया में प्यार की। मेरा तो दिल कर रहा है कूद के मर जाऊं। इतने फ्रिवलेस हो चुके लोग, छी।
Ranbir was last seen in Ayan Mukherjee's Brahmastra alongside his wife and actor Alia Bhatt. The actor has 2 more parts lined up in this trilogy. The mythological drama was highly praised for its VFX.
जल, वायु, अग्नि, प्राचीन काल से हमारे बीच कुछ ऐसी शक्तियां हैं जो अस्त्रों में भरी हुई हैं। ये कहानी है इन सारे अस्त्रों के देवता की, ब्रह्मास्त्र।
Let's get you the first reaction coming in from Eknath Shinde on the big victory for him from the Supreme Court, saying the opposition asked to put a stay on the Election Commission's decision, but the Supreme Court has denied the same. The Shiv Sena name, the symbol, the bow and arrow will stay with us. Let's play out for you exactly what Eknath Shinde has said.
कोर्टाकडे निवडणूक आयोगाच्या निकालावर विरोधी पक्षांनी स्थगिती मागितली होती, ती स्थगिती नाकारलेली आहे। शिवसेना आणि धनुष्यबाण निवडणूक आयोगाने घेतलेला निर्णय कायम ठेवलेला आहे। त्यामुळे आणखी जी काय पुढे सुनावणी होईल त्याच्यावर पुढे निर्णय होईल, परंतु आत्ताच्या परिस्थितीमध्ये जे निवडणूक आयोगाने दिलेला निर्णय शिवसेना पक्ष कुणाचा आणि धनुष्यबाण या बाबतीमध्ये त्यांची याचिका फेटाळलेली आहे। कोर्टाकडे निवडणूक आयोगाच्या निकालावर विरोधी पक्षांनी स्थगिती मागितली होती, ती स्थगिती नाकारलेली आहे। शिवसेना आणि धनुष्यबाण निवडणूक आयोगाने घेतलेला निर्णय कायम ठेवलेला आहे। त्यामुळे आणखी जी काय पुढे सुनावणी होईल त्याच्यावर पुढे निर्णय होईल, परंतु आत्ताच्या परिस्थितीमध्ये जे निवडणूक आयोगाने दिलेला निर्णय शिवसेना पक्ष कुणाचा आणि धनुष्यबाण या बाबतीमध्ये त्यांची याचिका फेटाळलेली आहे।
So we'll continue getting you all the live reactions that are coming in on that big story. I want to shift focus now to another story here on India Today. Now, I'm sure you've noticed in your city too that temperatures have gone up, and unseemingly so, particularly because we're just in February. And believe it or not, there's actually a heat wave alert that's been issued in some parts of the country. And this is extremely early considering the time of the year that we're in. It's not even a month since half of India was actually reeling under a cold wave. And now most coastal states are experiencing an unusual rise in temperature, even parts of North India as well. February has seen this abnormal rise in temperature, and the Met Department has even issued a heat wave alert in parts of Gujarat and Maharashtra, particularly in some parts of Maharashtra for the next few days. The heat wave alert has also been issued for parts of Rajasthan, for Jammu, Himachal, Uttarakhand for the next 2 days. Amit Bharadwaj is joining us live from Delhi. Mustafa Sheikh is with us from Mumbai, and we have Devankur with us from Jaipur. Amit, if I can begin with you, here in the national capital, temperatures have definitely gone up. Just a few weeks ago, we could all feel the chill, and now there's nothing.
Absolutely right, Akshita. You know, for many people who are still wearing their winter wears right now, they would be surprised to know that the minimum temperature in Delhi has reached nearly 13-14 degrees, which will reach 15 degrees in the next days to come. And the maximum temperature is already above 30. And in fact, Delhi has recorded third highest temperature in February already, this is because the temperature is constantly remaining around 30 degrees as far as the maximum temperature or the highest maximum temperature in the national capital is concerned. So clearly the heat is increasing in the national capital. It is already 5 to 9 degrees above the normal temperature, and its impact could be seen even in parts of Punjab, Haryana. So essentially the northern India is feeling the increasing heat, and the national capital has already recorded the third highest temperature in the month of February. Back to you, Akshita.
Let's take this across to Mustafa Sheikh, who's joining us from Mumbai. In Mumbai, Mustafa, we've seen, in fact, pollution levels going up. Add to that now, it's also a lot hotter than it usually is at this time of the month. In some parts of Maharashtra, we're being told there's a heat wave alert.
Well, yes, it's a double trouble for Mumbai and some parts of Maharashtra because, as you said, the air quality was in a bad state, and now there is a alert that in coming next 2 to 3 days the temperature can go up to 37 degrees in Mumbai, Raigad and many other parts of Maharashtra. So there is still people who are fighting the air quality, and now the heat wave alert which has been given, there has been advice issued by the Met Department saying that people or elderly should not move out of their house from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Back to you.
And look at that temperature, that you see in the last few days. It's going to get worse clearly in the coming days. I want to finally get in a word from Devankur, who's joining us live from Jaipur, because in Rajasthan, Dev, this time of the year, it would still usually be very pleasant. It will still be slightly cold. That's not the case we're being told right now.
Well, absolutely. In fact, over the last few years, February used to be the month which, people used to look up to, given the fact that January used to be chilling, used to be, the weather used to ensure that people used to be snuggled up in their quilts or woolen cloths. But this time around, February seems to be, much hotter. It's a desert state, so places like Bikaner, Badmer, Jaisalmer, Churu, all of these places are extremely hot right now. And the main, problem, Akshita, is not just the fact that it's become more hotter this time around, but also the fact that the variation in temperature is huge. It's about 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, which is also creating a lot of problems for the people at large. Akshita.
You tend to wonder, and thanks Dave, thanks Mustafa and Amit for joining us. You tend to wonder what summer's going to be like if it's already getting so hot in some parts of the country right now. It's only February, let me remind you, and there's already a heat wave alert from the Met Department. That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up on the other side, Preeti Chaudhary runs you through the big story that's come in from Maharashtra as the Supreme Court has delivered a big setback for Uddhav Thackeray.
Pakistan, a nation which sponsors terror attacks against India, is shown its place. Lyricist Javed Akhtar names and shames Islamabad for harboring terrorists.
हम तो बंबई के लोग हैं, हमने देखा हमारे शहर पे कैसे हमला हुआ था। तो वो लोग नॉर्वे से तो नहीं आए थे, ना इजिप्ट से आए थे, वो लोग अभी भी आपके मुल्क में घूम रहे हैं। यहाँ में तकल्लुफ से काम नहीं होगा।
Exposing Pakistan on its soil, Javed Akhtar said that the anger of Indians against their neighbors was justified. The legendary poet also said that while India celebrated Pakistani greats like Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, Pakistan never invited Lata Mangeshkar.
हमने तो नुसरत के बड़े-बड़े फंक्शन किए, मेहदी हसन के बड़े-बड़े फंक्शन किए, आपके मुल्क में तो लता मंगेशकर का कोई फंक्शन नहीं।
Akhtar was responding to question at the Fairs festival in Lahore.